as it's
starting off on a classic,
like
classic
you were saying,
episode, yeah.
because it's a new season and because we might have new viewers, I want to do a classic. So I went for Marge versus the Monorail. Season 4, episode 10, I believe, and
nice.
It's I mean, I'm not going to go through the story because everyone knows this episode.
We all know it,
and if you haven't watched it, pause the podcast, watch it, and come back.
I'm sure you have. If you're watching or listening to a Simpsons podcast,
you
must have seen.
You must have seen it.
I mean, it wouldn't be in my top 10 favorite episodes ever, but like if you were talking about like the top 10 most iconic episodes, this has to be there.
That's the most important take from this episode. Is it's iconic.
It's iconic,
and like you don't have to think it's one of your favorite episodes, but anyone would appreciate.
You can acknowledge it's iconic. Fantastic.
So I'm more going to break it down in terms of what I think of the episode, and what I take from the episode.
Yeah.
So there's nothing not to like about this episode.
There really isn't.
It delivers us iconic Simpsons jokes that we still talk about decades later.
Yeah, I call the big one Bitey. Yeah. One of Matt Groening's favorite jokes of the whole show. He loves that. It's so stupid. There's silly. Possums in the little safety area of the monorail, and Marge's like terrified by it, and Homer loves them. It's a great fun little bit, yeah.
It's even referenced in the show itself, which speaks volumes to how iconic the episode is.
Of course, they've thrown back to it.
Whatever mood you're in, you can watch this episode. It has unlimited replay value.
Oh, totally. Because it goes so fast. I've seen this episode, I would say, at least 10 times, and I'll watch it again, and there's jokes that I missed the last time. You know what I mean? Like, one I caught this time was when she first meets the scientist from North Haverbrook, who, experienced the monorail disaster already. He's like, oh, that guy, Lyle Lanley, he cut corners everywhere, you know, like, the tracking was bad, the monorail was poorly manufactured, and our celebrity on board was Gallagher. Gallagher, like, probably didn't get that reference. Gallagher was like a comedian who died recently. He was kind of washed up towards the end of his career. But, like, a big part of his act was like that he brought a watermelon on stage and just like broke it with a mallet. Right. That was like his big thing. But like, he toured America and probably other parts of the world just with that act. People just liked watching breaking a watermelon. So ridiculous. Like, that was like the celebrity we had on the monorail. That was a funny guy that I literally only caught this time. Do go on.
No, in my opinion, this is one of the most important Homer episodes as it cements the character that he is for seasons to come. Like, this is one of the staple episodes that really like just was like, this is now Homer.
True.
And this just sort of one of the episodes that laid out the, I don't know what to say, but
that's a very good point.
For seasons to come, this is what Homer became.
Very good, very true, yeah.
I obviously love all the silly Mr. Burns.
Oh, brilliant. I totally forgot about that, because I guess it's been a few years since I'd seen it. I forgot that the whole reason why the whole monorail thing happened was because he was putting toxic waste into the trees.
Yeah.
Just like getting rid of toxic waste. And they were going to arrest him, so instead he just like pays them off with $3 million.
Yeah, you forget, and you assume that it's just a sort of throwaway gag.
Yeah, but no, it's actually what ends up creating the plot of the episode. And I mean, one of the best gags of the episode for me has to be when they're like trying to decide what to do with the money, and Mr. Burns is wearing a fake mustache, like, "Hello, I'm Mr. Shrub. I think we should put the money back into the power plants." So it's like, I agree with this Mr. Shrub. And they all look at really angry, and he just like gets like one of those like Mission Impossible like bazookas, throws up to the very top of the tower, and just like him and Spears escape off, and you don't see him for the rest of the episode. They just run away. Such a great gag.
Man.
I was only saying the last day to somebody who came to a comedy gig with me that how funny would it be if I like went up on stage, and this is totally inspired by Mr. Shrub, if I went up on stage as myself, did my own set, and then they were like, and now for our next comedian, Knowledge Shura, which is my name backwards. And it's just like me with a fake mustache doing like a slightly different set. Wouldn't that be really funny?
You know what you should do is get someone to hold up like a big blanket and then quickly put a mustache on and glasses, and then they'll lift away the blanket.
But that's it. It's just the sunglasses and the or the glasses and the fake mustache. And I have a beard, so it's obviously not my mustache.
Well, if they have machines, maybe get some smoke machines. To,
oh, that'd be brilliant. That'd be so funny. Like, it's just an amazing comedian. It's just me again with a mustache. Just to get more time on stage.
If you were emceeing and also doing
so I had control over the night. I could definitely do that. I think I will do that eventually. It's such a fun thing to do, just like confuse the audience.
Last thing I'll say about the episode is that Mr. Lanley is also one of those first of its kind characters where the show would continue to use that formula in the future.
Yeah.
So many times in the future, like at least once every few seasons, we'd have an episode starting with one of these sort of con men, and
someone like that, someone who's either screwing over the family or screwing over the whole town.
It's just a 10 out of 10. It's just
it can't not be a 10 out of 10.
Iconic.
Yeah,
it's the formula that they use for years to come. It's just amazing.
It's a perfect episode. I have no faults to it. Like it's iconic for a reason. Like there are some iconic Simpsons episodes I think are like a little bit overrated. I don't feel that way about Marge vs. the Monorail. I don't fault it being so like put on a pedestal. I think it totally deserves it. We also should mention Leonard Nimoy. I think has such a fun little part in the episode. I love the bit. Yeah, he's like the celebrity guest on the monorail. I love when he's just like leaning over to some guy at the bar who clearly wants to be left alone. And he's like, "Oh, we didn't actually." The revolving doors in Star Trek weren't electrical. We just had 2 stagehands who like heard us coming and then pulled the doors open. He's just like leaning into them, smiling, and the guy's like, "Okay, yeah, cool." Clearly wants to be left alone. And the final bit is just like Homer stops the monorail from going haywire, and Leonard Nimoy comes out, and he's like, I saved the day once again. And Barney's like, "What are you talking about? You didn't do anything." Like, "Didn't I?" He just like vanishes away. It's so stupid. I mean, we also can't not mention this episode's written by Conan O'Brien, who only did 3 episodes, but was also like a big writer on the
3 of the best episodes. Come on,
iconic episode. I mean, most people would say Marge vs. Monorail is their favorite Conan episode. Obviously, for me, it's Homer Goes to College.
I would go with the same. Yeah.
Homer Goes to College, but Marge vs. Monorail, I don't judge anybody who says that. Yeah, you can just tell he's a fantastic, just such a good writer. Any joke, any room for a joke, he will squeeze it in. Like, just worked so goddamn hard.
And they were saying that, like, in the studio and the writers' room and stuff, like, he lived and breathed comedy. Like,
yeah,
he literally, it's like the whole 24/7. Whenever he'd be there, it's like everything would be something to make a joke out of, or what I mean. But he's so smart with it.
Yeah,
which you can tell he wouldn't be annoying.
No,
with the jokes,
pleasure
like
to work
it was
with.
always fresh and different.
Yeah, and he wouldn't be pretentious about the jokes either. Like he just cared about the best gag, whether it was him who came up with it or somebody else. You can tell from just watching his show too. Like, I mean, that's why he went on to be a talk show. So he's just such an entertaining guy. Like Conan isn't an amazing interviewer. Like, he's fine. He's not an amazing interviewer. That's not why he got a talk show. He got a talk show because he's just a great personality. Like, you wanted to tune in and watch him every night. Like, I love Conan O'Brien so much. One of my biggest inspirations ever. He'll be he's not that old, so thankfully he won't go anytime soon. But he'll be a huge loss to
we have to think
the
about how
world
young
of comedy
he was as well when he wrote this.
Yeah, I think like late 20s or something. He got the talk show when he was 30. So I guess he would have been maybe 27, 28 when this came out. Like, super young. Yeah, so good for him. It's such a perfect episode that's still, so iconic to this day. Like, another gag I love, I mean, this classic Homer is he's trying to figure out how to stop the monorail. I need to find some sort of anchor. He looks at Bart and just imagines him as an anchor. And Bart's like, "Think harder, Homer." It's such a great gag. And then, like, yeah, just like such like cliched, like over the top Simpsons is like, he uses the M from the monorail as an anchor. And we cut to the hospital, and Dr. Hibber's talking to 2 Siamese twins, and is like, "Oh, well, obviously the process of cutting Siamese twins in half is very long-winded, very expensive, and takes a long time." And just the M cuts the boat in half. Like, oh, okay. It's so dumb, it's so great. And we cut to the anchor shop, and the sea captain's running it, and he's like, "You call that an anchor?" Conan O'Brien created the sea captain, so that's probably why he threw him in there. Nice. Yeah, that's his character. That's all he can always claim, that he created the character of the sea captain. Great little detail. But I mean, I could keep going about all the great gags in this episode. I love the bit as well, the Flintstones bit at the beginning.
Oh, of
He's
course.
about to hit a chestnut tree.
It makes you so happy.
So fun. Yeah, he hits the tree. That was my favorite gag when I was younger watching the episode. It's just like an immediate silly gag, just hits the tree. So stupid. Yeah, wonderful, wonderful episode. I have no faults to it. It's just perfect. Yeah, just perfect.